Buongiorno a tutti and welcome at this the Ark talk. Today we are with Nikita. Nikita is a designer, is our advisory board member, and today we are going to talk about purpose, which is this thing that matter, but usually we don't consider so carefully as it should be, as we say. So, Nikita, yes, we can start making the question, what is purpose? And why
Yeah,
purpose is so important? Why purpose matter?
yeah. Hey guys, Nikita Merge with you. So yeah, the topic is purpose, and we're gonna run with Antonio through short presentation, and we're gonna cover interesting four parts. Which the graphic which we took, it's something already created, but we just converted to kind of different style. So I'm gonna share the screen right now, guys, and we're gonna run through this. So
I mean, purpose is so important. Just I can tell you this definition because it's very important. Is actually the definition that Mises said when he explained the praxeology, which he called the logic of human action. And this definition was that human action is purposeful behavior. So he defined actually what the action as, saying that by definition is a purposeful behavior. So
yeah,
we have, yes, purpose, it is at the base of the human action. But again, what is purpose? So now
mhm.
let's go into this.
Yeah, Antonio, before, do you see the screen I share?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, cool. That's good. So yeah, what is the purpose, right? That's the cool stuff. So we okay, you mentioned the purpose, right? It's really huge topic. We're not gonna go broad here, right? But generally, I guess it's something that is every individual have their own path to go, right? Some kind of this way.
Yes, yes.
So it's something that calls you, something that feels right, right? And there's interesting way to see that is to have four four circles that overlap, and we'll run through each of them. So you probably cannot see my mouse, unfortunately, but you
Yes,
can see in the middle the square, right? That
yes,
square, the small square, we can call it purpose.
yes,
And so let's run through this, and there'll be four of them. So the first one is, of course, money, right?
yes,
So
yes,
everyone want to earn money, I guess. Everyone want to have some kind of income because we have to survive in this world, right? You cannot.
yes.
It's a social system. Antonio, what do you think? The first one
I
is
mean, yes, I mean, this is, I
what
think,
pays you well.
yes, I mean, this is so, is exactly, is the first, like I say, the first thing to consider because we say money, and why we say that the first thing about purpose is money. You say that money is something that we need to survive. Someone say that money is also, they even define money as an energy. Without money, basically, what you can do without money. So it's
Hmm.
again, the first consideration that you're saying is that money is the first thing of purpose. Again, but why you're asking what is money for me?
Yeah.
Money money is again is the basic. Without money, you could not do what you want.
Hmm.
And money is again energy. If I have money, I can start to create my own purpose.
Hmm. Yeah, and to consider all four of them, we can say that this one is like the basic for the most, right? When people try to do something in their life, usually we don't really think about the purpose in general, even the meaning of the purpose or anything, why we do things, right? Again, praxeology. So the question is, what pays you well? If you decide to make something in your life, first of
Yes,
all, of course, when you finish your education, you finish university and everything like that, you seeking for something. Even parents tells you, like, concerned about you to find some job that pays you well, right? If you want to be artist, they say, no, it doesn't really pay you well. Be lawyer, be doctor, or anything like that. So what pays you well? This is the first kind of basic criteria that not like we concern or think about that. It's just so much in our system, social system, that we just choose what to do in our life in professional way, being based on how much that pay you back, right? How much that brings you income, right?
Yes.
So that's kind of burned into our life without even being concerned about that, I guess.
Yes.
Eh,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
I can tell you, I can definitely agree with you. Money is a background. We need to make money exactly. So is the first exactly part of our purpose. But then again, what there is something beyond money that is
Mhm.
in the purpose of our life.
Yeah, that's a good question also, right? Like what we're trying to do, we're trying to get to the middle of the circle. So it's not really like a purpose. It's something that we have to concern about because what else, right? What else actually important to be concerned about? What the next will be, we can go actually further, the skills, right?
Yes,
So what are you good at? So when you do
exactly.
something in your life, you want to do something that you're meant to do, actually something that you are good at. You know, we all have specific set given to us physically, mentally, spiritually. Someone someone really have good anatomy, let's say skeleton system or anything, and they kind of try themselves in school to play basketball and they kind of like it, it works for them well, and they got into this kind of road in life, right? So someone is just have problems with health, but they, let's say, maybe pretty intellectual, and they, let's say, maybe get into this solving some kind of coding problems or anything like that. So I mean, this is kind of extremes and giving, I guess, examples, but generally there's something given to you that you are good at. Maybe you're good at asking questions, or maybe talking in front of the public, you name it. So what are you good at is important thing to concern when you're actually trying to find your purpose. So you can see now we have both circles. You can see first one is what pays you well, you have to be concerned about, and second one, what are you good at? And the
Yeah.
interesting thing is between them, when they overlap, it's nice to call it profession. So it's kind of profession that you have to choose. So if it gives you good income, you're stable financially. Also from Maslow hierarchy of needs, the basic need is sustenance, something that,
Yes.
the shelter, money, safety, health, and everything like that. It's a basics. So definitely have to
Yes.
survive the system. But also, it's amazing if you can apply your skills. That's what you have to do, because some people can do something they like. Most, I guess, maybe even will to do something that they are not really designed for to do, right? Because it might look amazing, it might look successful to you, that might be something that is cool to try, but it's not your kind of part because you're not really designed for this. So it's important to evaluate what are you
Yes.
good at, what your skills
Yes.
are. Yeah,
Yes.
any thoughts?
Yes, I mean, this it's very important because what I see here is a good point, a problem. The problem is that actually today is even difficult to understand what is good for me. I mean, how I could understand what is real good for me. To know what is good for me, and not only to make money, so to have also more meaning, means that I know to know myself much deeper. Because the question is how I can evaluate what what I could say, how I can evaluate that I'm good at doing this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Is this how I can evaluate that this thing that is I'm good at is resonating with my own inner talents? What are my talents? You have called skills.
Mm-hmm.
How I can judge by myself what are my skills, and
Mm-hmm.
not by someone that tell me that I'm good at doing this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Because today many I mean, today I think that big part of my skills are consequence of how I'm educated, where I live, how is the public opinion. So it's very difficult today to see inside itself yourself in order to understand actually in what thing you are good at. So
Mm-hmm.
you say I see in the graphic that if I started to merge these two circles, then I see profession. So
Mm-hmm.
how I can how I can understand what is my best profession.
Yeah, it's a good point actually. It's nice the way you lead it. Even to add more here, it's nice that you ask how to find out, right? What are you good at? And
Yes,
same question could go like, it's interesting, right? Because externally we always have kind of wrong guidance, from family or something. Of course, they concern about you. Family just want good for you from their perspective, so they worry that you will not get right income. So again, like you can be under the effect of your family and follow their recommendations, like saying, hey, you should take this profession because it pays you well. But then that's a bad measure, right? Or some
yes,
other people, also hard to listen to other people really to have a good feedback on what are you good at. And again, it's really hard in this life, right? You're like exposed to this kind of different recommendations, different reference points, and the recommendations, you have to be careful to listen to people, what they say. Are you really good at that? Is this really the profession that they have to take just because it pays me well? So yeah, I
yes.
guess it's just
And
meeting right
yes,
people. Yeah, yeah.
yes, and you have also to be very careful about what's going on outside again, because yes, money came out of how you solve problems, and problems
Hmm.
out are there out there. So you're going, you need again, and this is good because I can see these two circles merging in profession because are yes, I need to understand myself in order to understand what are my talents. I need also to understand what's going on outside because there I'm going to get money. And then if I can merge these two circles, so I can understand exactly how the market works in order to get money, I can match the market with my own talent, align with myself in order that I can take a profession which has meaning for me because it's aligned with myself, but has meaning also outside in the market where I'm going to take money.
Yeah, it's a good point, really. Like to see to find out what you're good at, trying yourself, I guess, also trying yourself in different places and see if you're
Yes,
good at, but also careful to listen to other people,
yes,
and like couple of it's. I guess it's good to have when you hear different kind of. Let's say you have kind of role models in your life, relatively, right? Some people who you can listen to really, and they don't know they don't know one another. And if you can hear from three different people who don't know one another, same saying about you, hey, you're actually good at, let's say,
yes,
asking right questions, or you're really
yes,
good at public speaking, then I think it's a good measure for you to say, okay, maybe I am. I mean, your voice is also important, but it's important to also hear what other
yes,
people says.
exactly.
So
Perfect.
okay, and then when you collect good reference points, you say, okay, probably I'm good at asking right questions, so probably I'm good at
Yes,
coding, and so
yes,
on. So that's good. And
yes,
then about money, about income, what pays you well. I guess we
yes,
live in a world of abundance, so you always can find where to apply yourself, but you have to apply in a level that pays you well. But if you actually
yes,
apply yourself with a good skill, that means you are in a need. You deliver a good quality, and
yes,
if you deliver good
yes,
quality, you can feel comfortable about saying, hey, this is my
yes,
price, and
yes,
stand for that.
yes,
So that's a good profession to choose, like right way to
yes.
go with profession. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So
Cool.
now we
Mhm.
have these two circle. We have money. We have skills, and then yes,
We go to something that you enjoy. So
yes,
it's important to know. So what do you love doing, right? That's an
yes,
important question to ask. What do you love doing? This is the third circle we add here. And okay, you can have a good skills. Okay, amazing. You can have a good income. But the question is, do you really like doing that? Do you enjoy that? And here's all about passion. Do you really like?
yes,
Are you passionate about what you do? And all between good skill and what you love is considered to be passion. And
yes,
from my point, it's important. I mean, you'll be miserable if you don't like to do, okay, whatever it is. Maybe you're good at this, maybe you get good money, but it's not a long term some kind of process. You will start to feel like, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. That's the good measure for you. Okay, if you actually don't feel good about doing something, no matter like other people can tell you, yeah, you're good at this. You should continue doing that. Yeah, it pays you well. It's amazing. But I say, I don't love to do that. So that's a good measure for you. I think here in this case, I think it's your voice is important. No one can tell
yes,
you, I guess, what you love. It's only your internal mechanism that guides you. What are your thoughts
Yes.
on this point?
Yeah, I mean, yes, this is again very important point. This is what I call try to understand who you are and what you like, what are your interests, what is your talent. Because again, we have to consider that if we consider the two circle, the first two circle array, money, and then we see skills, and then we say yes, joy. And this is very important because we have to understand that make money is not easy. I used to say that one of the most difficult things that you can do in your life is to make money, real money, because outside you are going to meet the chaos of the something that is not predictable. Market is by definition not predictable. So money is the measure how you can solve the problems and overcoming all the difficulties, the problems that you are going to meet. And if you don't have this alignment with yourself, which is passion, probably you are going to quit. You're going to give up. So passion, which is the alignment with yourself, is again linked with those two other circles. To me, is the key to endure and to. And the only way you can endure if you find joy in what you do. Again, to tell me, I'm still doing what I started with Exosphere. I'm now doing the Ark Lab, and this is my passion. This is exactly what is aligned with myself, and this is why I basically have this constant energy which came from passion. So again, passion, I could say, is the key to keep doing and to keep at the end make money and to have profession. So I see how these circles are very well aligned here because I've seen a lot of adventures, challenges, entrepreneurs quitting, even if they have good skills, even if they're making money, but without passion. They were always at the point where they quit because they could not find all the energy to overcome all the difficulties that you are always met when you are going in the market making money.
Good point. And even to think other way around is if you do something that you have a good skill and you love doing that, but it doesn't really pay you well, I guess you also cannot go long term. You have passion, it's amazing, but you cannot
Yes,
survive, in the system.
exactly,
So
exactly, exactly.
that is why we overlap like all of them, right? You have to be
Yes,
concerned about all of them. So okay,
yes,
that's the interesting thing, right? If you have, let's say, the profession part, you have good skill, you're paid well, you're just gonna be miserable because it's not really your passion. But if you have passion and you do what you love and you're actually using your skill right, on long term you're not gonna survive. So
yes.
and you have to be concerned about all those three. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Again, because let me say also this, because yes, we're
Mm.
talking about money. We are saying that you are saying that money are important because they are energy. You need it to survive. As always was saying, I need money, but I don't care about money. So it's a kind of paradox because there is passion. So money is a consequence of my passion. It's not that, I make money and then I have a passion. Passion is
Hey,
always before.
yeah, it's interesting. It's actually, as we're talking about purpose, the money is not your purpose, even this way. Right? The money kind of it's a the great thing if it can happen to you is that it's a byproduct. It's not like something that
Yes,
you focus
exact.
on, but it comes along because you
Yes,
do something as a purposeful, which we're going to talk actually about the third circle.
yes,
Um, we can actually proceed. Yeah, the world, what world
yes,
needs.
yes,
That's interesting.
exactly.
You could go with three of those circles, but it's interesting to add the fourth one because you have to be kind of valuable. What world needs, and if you overlap what you love to do and what world needs, that'll be mission. So
Yes,
it's really interesting because when you say what world needs is applying yourself. Okay, you can have good skill, you can have good income, yes, passion, yes, you love what you do, but does it really help to the world? Is it really valuable to you, to another, and to the whole world, right? does it really bring any kind of value? Let's say even we can go deeper, virtuous value. That will be even deeper, because that's kind of interesting way to see it. So it's nice to have mission. So it leads it somewhere. You kind of fit to the whole economy and ecology with a kind of responsibility of yourself as a single individual, and as a being part of humanity. You feel like, okay, I'm on a mission. This is what the world needs. I'm valuable. I feel like I fit into this. I have a good skills that I apply. I'm passionate. I love what I do. It pays me well. This is paradise.
Yes.
It's kind of ideal, right? But this is something we all meant to strive for, the purpose that is in the middle. Yeah.
Yes.
What are your
Yes.
thoughts?
My thought is that, yeah, I mean, again, is because we're talking about money. When I talk about money, I'm talking about exchanging something that give me back money. Money came only out of the exchanging process. So I give something outside there, and the market give me something back. The Latin word calling this do ut des, and this is exactly linked to what you said is the world, because I'm not alone. And again, I can see money also a measure of what I exchange with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my mission. So I need to have a mission. Again, I see that circles. I need to have a mission with passion,
Mm-hmm.
which is profession. It came at the end as my exchange with the world, which is, as we said, the
Give me the.
market.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so it is exactly match perfectly what in this kind of circles that we are building here. So
Yeah.
it's exactly it's very linear what we are saying, and then
Mhm.
we have
Vocation.
these are
The final one.
vocation exactly.
Vocation, I think, is something like the calling, something that kind of similar to mission, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to explain this one. It's probably the hardest to believe that those circles are correctly aligned. But vocation is something that calls you, something that is also needful for the world. But what pays you well? Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Here,
No,
here
no,
I
I mean,
can't
no,
get any
I mean,
thoughts here.
vocation.
Yeah.
It is, if I see here vocation, because again, we can see here these four circles that are, yes, we have a putting in a kind of a consequence logic, but those are also something that are in the same time, are in the present. So they are not in consequence. Each one of that are part of the same thing. And vocation, again, it's linked now with the circle of money, with the circle of the world. And
Mhm.
again, vocation is what supposedly I was born to. This is my call, my calling, my vocation. And again, is linked to the whole scheme that you are drawing here, because vocation is the call. But what is my call? To get my call, I need to understand myself. I need to understand my skills. I need to understand my talent. You
Mhm.
see, I need to understand my passion. I need to understand what's going on there in the market in order to have a kind of value. So
Mhm.
you see, all these things are coming up in the same time, I could say, right?
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
even if even even if we are explaining one by one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's nice way to see that. Yeah, it's well put. For me, it's just but again, like this is common graphic that is met. Uh, but for me, it's like for me would be the main question out of all this graphic is the vocation in relationship to what pays you well. And you actually mentioned really well that it's kind of related to market, right? It's kind of, I think it's also like feeding yourself to the economy and ecology, but it also what world needs. So it's kind of calling. Yeah, you can say it's calling in
Yes,
respect to
yes,
the whole system. So you fit well, and you actually like, yeah, like in respond to the whole situation, and the time and space into economy, market, right, and ecology, whatever it is, and in respect to your calling, what world also in respect to the what world needs, all this comes like this is you have to do this because well that's the situation, this is how it goes at this time, at this phase, and you proceed further, it will shift, but this is your calling. I kind of see this location this way, but
Yeah,
something
I
deep
mean,
to think about. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and here we are defining the purpose. And again, we can go back to the definition that I put in the at the beginning, that according to praxeology, any human action is a purposeful behavior. So we have purpose anytime we act, even if this purpose is well stated or not. But what we are saying is, I could say, how we can make the real purpose, the higher purpose, the true purpose. Because the problem today is that how many of us know the true purpose of their life? And
Mhm.
again, you make the question, what's your purpose?
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Yeah, what's your purpose, it's but it's good you touch it on a global scale, as you mentioned, right?
yes,
The purpose general, like it's really interesting to overlap your personal. This is what we did, right? Like you can follow this one, you can even say you can follow, you can ask yourself as we did here, to find out what is your purpose. And it's interesting to see in professional, even in personal way, but as an individual, you can ask yourself what, in respect to what pays you well, what are your good
yes,
skills, to wonder about that, what you love to do, what world needs. Find that, listen to yourself, try yourself in different way in life, experience and pay attention to, okay, is this something I love to do, is this something I'm good at, or this like meaningful or meaningless, or damn it, I don't really get money out of that. So and you find this kind of playing with your life, it's like kind of experimental, right? And you get to the purpose personally, but also in respect to the whole system, like what is the purpose of humanity? It's also like, but it's another deep topic, I guess, to talk about. But generally, I think helpful is to find your place and your own purpose is, that's the way it is. Like you are given something, and your internal mechanism, if you listen to where you feel comfortable or discomfortable, and you ask questions, you kind of sincerely, in a fair way, you seek your place. And the feeling comfortable, I guess, is the best measure for you. And
yes,
sincerity is a key also. So, but generally speaking, about globe purpose, I don't know. It's a big question if we
yes,
apply to the whole stuff. Yeah. Right?
yeah,
What do you think?
yes. I mean, I think that listen. To me, this is a very. I could say that this is a very overview, let me say, of what we are doing with the Ark Lab, because
Mm,
here we are basically matching, or we are finding a balance, I could say, from the external, what we call external world, which we have called the world, we have called the market, we have called the money,
mhm,
with the interior world, which is who I am, what are my passion, what are my talent. And
mhm,
this is a balance, because you could not have one without the other. So this is exactly what we are trying to create with the Ark Lab, a place where we can go deep into those questions in order to find the balance, to have meaning of my life, which is again, to have a profession, to have a passion, to have a
mhm,
mission, as you say, and to have vocation. All these things are related. I could say they are even the same thing. In order
mhm,
to have a meaningful life, again, and then we can say, to solve problems that are going to be good for the world, but also for myself. And again, finding such balance is a journey. It's not something that you are going to find easily, because you can find yourself in one place without the other. So you can be a good profession, you can get money, but you don't have a vocation, you don't have passion, or you can have you can make something only for the good, only for the world. So this kind of social things. But then I don't find my skills there. I don't see passion. I do only for the world and not for myself. So again, the question is, can I find a balance between what's going on outside in the world with what's going on inside my world? I think so. I think so. And this is why I'm saying that we are going to create what we call the kind of holistic entrepreneur. Holistic in sense that someone that sees his work also, not only his life, but his work from an holistic standpoint, which is exactly like going into all those circles and find all these things together and having I could say a meaningful life, basically.
Yeah, and actually, good you mentioned an important thing I think for to find your purpose in all these circles that we run through is the surroundings. Again, as we mentioned, what people you're exposed to, and I guess the Ark Lab, if you address this, like you like kind of address attention of all people who come to the program. You ask right questions and you wonder, okay, is this something you're passionate about? Is this something you want to do? So to find the right answers, like let's say you do biohacking or you do uh, what else?
Blockchain, yes, you can
Well,
do
yeah,
blockchain, biohacking, smart manufacturing, you
or
can do, yeah.
yes, so robotics, yeah, all this stuff. These kind of skills. And what world needs that because it's emerging technology and it's kind of new fields and interesting fields, and the money is there, right? If you love to do that, but also in your field, like let's say biohacking or let's say 3D printing or whatever it is, you ask yourself, okay, what are you good at? A specific place can be for you, and you'll be okay. I like it. That's really nice. I'm good at that, and that's the future. That pays well. The world needs that. That sounds like my purpose. But again, like you need time, you need the right people, you need surroundings, and the Ark Lab is something that it focuses on that thing.
Yes, exactly. So, Nikita, I think that it's almost half an hour, so I think is okay. I think we should have this kind of videos about half an hour, and yeah, okay. So next time we will go into some other interesting topic, and thank you,
Yeah,
thank you for.
yeah, Antonio. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, guys, it was good stuff to do, and ask yourself, what is your purpose? Feel free to use the graphics and reach out to Exosphere or for Exosphere.
Yeah,
Exosphere
it's
was in the
okay.
past.
It's the same.
The Ark Lab, and check it out because there's still enough time for you guys to apply. And yeah, Antonio, let's continue that stuff. Keep on experimenting with different things, and it was really nice, man. I really like it.
Thank you, Nikita, and see you soon. Ciao.
Thank you, Antonio. Ciao, ciao.